Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Nsfas. For those that are here for the very first time, welcome. Please do subscribe and hit that notification bell down below so that you get notified every time I post a video. Before I start this video, I'd like to apologize if you hear any noise. I'm home, so please bear with me. I can't ask people to keep quiet, that's quite rude, so please do bear with me. But yeah, Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I hope you guys enjoyed your holidays and had fun and we were safe. That's what the most important thing is, being safe. But anyway, let's get into the video. So in today's video, we are going to be talking, well, basically I'm going to be sharing student accommodations for first years. If you aren't a first year, you are more than welcome to stick around if you are looking for a place to stay and whatnot. Maybe this video will also be useful for you, but I mainly did it to assist first years, those that don't know where to start, where to begin, where to whatever, and they don't have friends or relatives to help them with such things. So this video is mainly here to assist in how to start or where to go about and whatnot. So I'm going to be sharing a couple of student raises in Gauteng, mainly in Gauteng and way in Gauteng, in Johannesburg and Pretoria, mainly because these are places I've stayed in and that's where I know and stuff like that. Most of the raises I've stayed in one, but most of them have been there because my friends stay there, so I know how the setup is and whatnot, right? So mostly it will help those situated in Johannesburg, specifically UJ student, Wits students, which one am I missing? Probably Rosebank, Damelin, yeah, along those lines. And then in Pretoria, it will be helping mostly students going to UP. I only know where Rosebank is situated. I don't know where Visi is situated and whatnot, but it will be helping mostly that are going to UP. But if you're not, probably now you can find something here and you're more than welcome to stick around. But anyway, these student accommodations are Nsfas accredited. So if you're Nsfas, you're in the right place. If you're on Nsfas, you're in the right place. If you're not on Nsfas but on bursary or you are paying privately, you are also in this bracket. Basically, all these student accommodations are catering for Nsfas, bursaries, and private students as well. Private students, if you don't know, are people that are paying for themselves. Like if your parents are paying for you, this is for you as well. No one is sidelined here. Okay, no one is sidelined. Before I get attacked in the comment sections, please don't quote me. I will correct myself if there's a mistake on the screen, and if there is a mistake, be it on the screen or what I'm saying, please do kindly, for those that are not first years or for those that know more about these buildings, please kindly correct me on the comment sections, and also I'll link everything down below for all these buildings. Okay, let's start this video. We are going to be starting with Respublica. Respublica has 3 accommodations, or rather 3 different buildings in Johannesburg and 4 buildings in Pretoria. In Johannesburg, the building that I've been to is Saratoga. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. But the setup there, it's a building inside there are like 6 rooms, 2 bathrooms. It has a shower and a toilet and sink, and then there's a kitchen. So basically you have your own separate bedroom where you have your own privacy, yay, but you'll be sharing a shower and a kitchen with your floor mates or your housemates, if I can put it like that. So that's how Saratoga is set up, and the price ranges from 4,850 rands. That's where it ranges from. I will definitely link everything down below so that you can go check it out. But in Pretoria, one of the buildings that I've seen is West City. West City also has the same setup as Saratoga. I'd like to believe that all of them have the same setup. There's also a building in Hatfield, and in Johannesburg there's a building in Yaleville as well. It's called Yaleville actually. It's in Brum. Yeah, that's Brum if I'm not mistaken, but yeah. The one in West City, the same thing, the same setup. It's similar to Saratoga, and it ranges from 4,587. And then we have Campus Africa. It has 7 buildings in Joburg, and then their sharing ranges from 800. Oh, sorry, their sharing ranges from 4,850, and their single room ranges from 5,200. So it's 5.2. That's where it ranges from. Then we have South Point. South Point is situated, they have buildings in Joburg, they have buildings in Pretoria, and also buildings in other provinces. But in Pretoria, they have a few number of buildings, and in Johannesburg they have a lot. I can't even name them. They have a lot, but specifically I stayed at Malridge building. It's close to Diamond House, and it is on Stemmon Street, just 2 roads from Wits. It was quite close when I was attending there at the time. It was 2 streets away from Wits, 1 street away from Noswell campus, which is one of the Wits residences. But yeah, it's very close. Their prices, I'll put them on the screen because I didn't check, because I was like, I stayed there, I still remember, and I don't. But the setup there at South Point, it is, you have singles, you have sharings, right? The sharings, it's a room, not an empty room, but it's a room. It has 2 beds. There's nothing, the only thing separating the 2 of you, it is your furniture, basically, your cupboard spaces and whatnot. And then what else am I missing? They do have a 3 sharing as well. Yeah, and that's about it. Your bathrooms, unfortunately, when it comes to South Point, you share with your whole floor. Your bathrooms, your shower, everything you share with the whole entire floor. That's how it's set up. The only thing in your bedroom is your furniture, your cupboard spaces, your bed, and that's it. Everything else, it's in the kitchen. You share with everything, you share with everyone, but you will need a fridge, but I'll explain everything like that, like the things that you would need to come with, in another video. But this one is mainly just to share the accommodations. But yeah, so all South Point buildings look alike, and this I mean, I don't mean Joburg, I mean all South, they even smell the same. All South Point buildings look the same. In Joburg and Pretoria, they all look the same. So there's really nothing much to say with Pretoria and Joburg. Everything. But what I will say is that most buildings don't have the same price range. When I was still staying at Malridge, I was paying a bit lesser than other people in Beehive, VDS or whatever. I was paying lesser at the time. I think it's because Malridge at the time was one of the old buildings and it's really small, so I think that is why it was a bit lesser. But by less I mean maybe 250 less, along those lines. Nothing hectic and stuff like that. But yeah, anyway, moving right along, we are going to go for Campus Key. So Campus Key is in a lot of places. It's in Stellenbosch, Bloem, Cape Town, PE, Porch, as well as Pretoria. Unfortunately, there's no Campus Key in Johannesburg, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, everything is fully furnitured as well at Campus Key. But Campus Key, hey, Aki if you're saying go Campus Key and you're a Nsfas student, it's making sense. It's not. The prices, it's very pricey. The single room is like 10,167. So make it make sense how you'd be staying in a single room and your Nsfas, unless maybe you have two bursaries, because it happens. Maybe you have Nsfas and another bursary, maybe. But if you are topping up, because with Nsfas gives you a certain amount of money for accommodation. So if you get an accommodation that is too pricey, they will not pay the the remaining amount. So if maybe Nsfas is giving you 4.5 for the rest, you would have to top up the remaining amount. And if you're Nsfas, it means you are less privileged. And I'm not saying this in a very disrespectful manner or whatever, because myself, I'm on Nsfas as well. But as afford, basically, that's how we got accepted. We don't afford. So anyway, but yeah, it's fully furnished. They have a gym. You understand? They have a gym. I just had to put it there because it's a few races that have gyms, guys. Single room is 10,167. Their sharing is 7,292 rands. I will put the difference in terms of pictures, their sharings, because they have different sharings. They also have a sharing that is 6,110. I just don't remember. I don't recall always what was the difference between the two. But yeah, they also have a parking, which is the undercover parking is 5,550, and then the open parking is 4,000 rands. Then we are going to be going to the next residence, which is Mpumelelo Student Accommodation. Mpumelelo Student Accommodation. It is under Africa Housing Company. So this is the single room is 5,146 and their sharing is 4,500. It is situated in Doornfontein. Again, these prices, some websites maybe they're not updated, some maybe they are, but please go do your extra research in terms of information. Okay, and then the next one, the setup is also similar to the other ones that I've mentioned, so that's why I'm not mentioning that again. I don't want to keep on repeating myself. And then we have Campus Central is situated in Parktown. For those that are going to Wits Medical School, I think this for you, it would be better. Wits Medical School, education campus or whatever. I think this works. But those that still go to Wits main campus, I'm not sure about UJ, because I know UJ has a shuttle, and that shuttle Bram. Like Bram, it fetches people at Bram there by Pick and Pay. So I'm not sure if it passes by Parktown. I'm not certain about that, but you can verify everything. Okay, the room is 8,100, which is a studio, 2 bath, two bedrooms, 2 beds, 2 baths. It is 7,250, 2 beds, 1 bath. It's 6,800. 3 beds and 1 bath is 6,100. I wouldn't recommend a 3 sharing. That's just me, and this is mainly because of my experience with boarding school. It becomes a bit tedious when you're in a room and it's a lot of you ladies. I don't want to perpetuate? I don't want to continue with the stereotype of girls don't get along or whatnot, but living with a total stranger in general, it is not the easiest thing. I, for one, have been fortunate. Thank God, I've never had a bedroom mate since my Wits days to now in Pretoria, where I am. I haven't had a bedroom mate. We'll see this year. I hope I'm not jinxing it, but I'm not, just because I did not experience that, I know that a lot of people, women kuluma, they've had a sheer amount of horrible roommates. So to minimize that, I would say if you want to share, stick it to a 2 sharing, not 3. It can be tedious. But yeah, we have live student apartments that single unit is 5,799. I'd round that off and be like 5.8, honestly. And then the two sharing is 4,799, like I said, 4.8. And then that 3 sharing is 3,899. I still share the same sentiments with this one. In terms of the 3 sharing, I'm just putting it out there because like we come from different households, and some could be private but don't have Nsfas, and maybe they didn't have because whatever happened, and they are not looking for something that's really expensive, or they just can't afford that, because we do have that. So I'm just sharing if you don't have the privilege to be in a single room or a sharing, I'm just putting it out there that there are accommodations that cater for 3 sharings and it's less pricier. But yeah, and then moving forward, we have bond-free students. Their single room, they have 3 accommodations, like 3 buildings. Their single room is 7,500. Their 2 sharing is 5,000. Is it 5,000? Yeah, not my handwriting. The 2 sharing is 5,000. You have to pay a deposit here. They have, like, for private students, their deposit is 5,000. For Nsfas is 1,000. You have to pay also an application fee, as I saw online. It is 550 for all. But yeah, so these are all the accommodations that I have. Bond-free situation in De Korte, which is Bram Life Student Apartment, is situated in Braamfontein as well. But yeah, and lastly, we have student decks. I didn't mention it while I was recording because I did not have sufficient information about it, as they don't have a website, but I do have a friend who stays there, so I was waiting for the accurate information about it. As you can see, these are the prices that they have. I've been in one of their buildings and they're sharing. It is 1 open space with 2 beds. You share a bathroom and a kitchen with your roommate. A fridge is also provided there, fully furnished and whatnot. If you want more details, like I said, I'll put everything in the description box down below. These are all the accommodations that I have. If you were looking for a commune for a first year, I would suggest that you don't, because nothing, you are new to the area and not all communes are situated in the great neighborhoods. Not all. Don't quote me on that. I'm not saying all of them are bad. I'm not saying any of them are bad. I'm just saying some, not all, are situated in the greatest neighborhoods. And it's, if you aren't familiar with the culture, because all of you are coming from different areas. Some in we as Lalini, and which is fine. Some in we are gupi, Emakaya, Ekasi, small towns, whatever. This is a busy life. This is a busy city, and safety is important. Hence, these accommodations, and all of them are close to all your campuses. There are those that are situated in Doornfontein that I mentioned. Like I said, I didn't mention the locations for some because there are a lot of them. So you then choose which one is close to you. There's shuttles. UJ has shuttles. Vit has shuttles, but most of them cater for the on-reses or reses that are like your what's this thing? EOH, Kendo Junction type of thing. Those are VIT residences. They, unlike UJ, their shuttle has upper stops regardless of regardless of their races. Like, they have shuttles. What's it gonna stop? Abraham gonna stop where, and stuff like that. But there are a lot of accommodations that you can check. This is just a start up. Where do you start from, and also the price ranges and stuff like that, so that not everything becomes like a shock and stuff like that. Because hey, I was fairly shocked, when I was looking for a place. Communes that are there that are good, and some are Nsfas accredited, some of them. But like I said, I would advise that maybe you can consider that when you are going to second year. If you do have a relative that's staying there, that's a different story for you. But if you don't and you know nothing about it, I would suggest that you wait it out and go view, and see the neighborhood this whole year, and then make up your mind and decide. All these buildings, you are more than welcome to go and ask for viewing. You can also book all of these online and then view your room prior to signing your lease. And then if you're not happy with the size, you're not happy with whatever the room, or what's wrong with the room, you can exchange it just before you sign your lease. Don't sign your lease without seeing your room. If you are in a hurry, I did sign my room. I'm not going to be hypocritical about it. I've never viewed a room before. But you do have the privilege to do that. But I've never viewed it, because the first time I was with my dad. We were in a hurry. My dad had to drive back home. The second, I've always stayed, when I was in Pretoria, when I was in Johannesburg, I stayed in the same room. The second time, I've never viewed in my room. It's just not my body. That's just me. But we are different. But yeah, please do subscribe, like, comment, share with your friends, share with your loved ones, share with all the new first years, or the share with your first years, people that you know will need this, even if they're not first years but they are looking for places. Please do share with them. And like I said, I'll leave everything in the description box down below. I love you all. Stay blessed. Mwah.